Okay, so here is my Pokemon GO collection. So, Splash, I named him Splash because I already had a Rainer and I didn't want the original name, so. Some of them I have more than one just because they're pretty high up as far as how far they're leveled, and it never hurts to have more than one, especially if you start to go to gyms and leave your Poke behind to defend.
I like how somebody's over there like, I'm here to defend, and I'm over here like, destroy all of them.
I'm kind of disappointed in the CP value of the electric version of Eevee, but still pretty cool.
You were zoomed in.
I was.
Again, just use the zoom in pictures normally. And excuse me.
This is my favorite one that I've gotten so far because it was so shocking that I caught it in the wild. And I was pretty much just working on beefing up a gym that I had taken over, and I happened to see in the bottom corner when I was walking around, like down here on the lower level, I happened to see this strange silhouette, and I was like, what the heck is that? And lo and behold, look who it was with this one. So I wasn't actually right next to it, so I moved the car, drove around a little bit in the parking lot until it vibrated, and then I pulled over, and look, it was her. I caught her, was waiting to see if the little pod had stayed closed and the little ball, and it aired out. And I was like, no! And then I hurried and got out of it, and I opened it back up, which you have to do a lot when you play this game, especially since they haven't seemed to get their server issues all taken care of, just with the basic amount of people that play. So I hurried and opened it back up, and I was like, please, oh please, oh please, and it didn't show up right away. And then as soon as I was getting ready to drive away and go back where I was by the gym, it vibrated again, and there she was. So I screenshot it just to have proof that I did run into her, and then I actually caught her, and it was wonderful, and I was so happy. So anyway, there's that, and then I'm pretty excited about this Poliwhirl. I cannot wait until I have 100 Poliwag candies to see how leveled that one is, because I did just level up to 20, so it is a little bit further away from being fully leveled, which is just a good thing. But you'll see I am a 20. And let's see.
We just had the best thing ever happen.
And there's my Butterfree, which I also am very proud of. And my Jinx that I got out of a tin keg. And let's see. And then I am not finding very many Parises, so when I do find them, I'm like, please, I need to catch you. I don't have very many Ghastlies. I've gotten some during the day, and then I've gotten some in the middle of the night, so I don't think they're exclusively like night ghosty. Ekans. That's the best Ekans I've gotten so far, which I guess I haven't gotten one in a while, so it's no big deal, since I've leveled up. So, and this one, I was just riding in the car with my husband and looking at the game, and then guess what pops up? I see a Pikachu, and I hurried and clicked on it, and I was so glad that I got that. That was fun. It's not a very high level one, but hey, who cares? It's Pikachu. And let's see. I do love my Jigglypuff. And haven't had very many of those at all. But I'm hoping I hatch some, because when you hatch, if you haven't figured it out already, you do get a lot more of the candy for that particular creature that you hatched. So there's not like a certain amount exactly. I haven't figured out or really analyzed it, but it's definitely a lot more. And you also get a lot more of the Stardust, which is nice, because that you must use sparingly. Do not waste your Stardust. Do not waste it on something that is like really far away from being leveled up, from being maxed out on its CP, because it's just going to take you forever and way too much Stardust to do that. There's no point. You're not going to get enough, and you're going to wish you had it for something else. What I've been using mine for is, so like here's my top dude, or dudette, whatever, and I'm almost maxed out at level, since I'm level 20, this is where it's at. So if I max it out here, and then I level up to 21, the bar will get a little bit more room, so it can get a little bit higher. So all of your characters can be even stronger, which also means you probably don't still have something that you caught when you were level 1 or whatever, because they were just weaker. Unless you wasted a whole lot of Stardust, which I'm sorry if you did. Oddish, I haven't got as many of those. My problem is I keep getting stronger ones. So the last one I got, I'm going to go ahead and transfer this one over, but the last one I got, was this one, because it was so far over. I was so excited, so I switched it, and of course that knocked me down to a bunch of Oddish candy, so now I'm all the way back down to 12. So I'm going to try to save up for 100 and you know, evolve that one. We'll see. I have a hard time being patient with things. Like I just did my Golbat. I wanted to wait for a better Golbat, but then I couldn't wait. I wanted to level up to 20, and here I am. But that's kind of all for now. I'm not really going to do any searching around for it. I do have a Kadabra that I couldn't wait to turn into one. And then I caught one in the wild and was like, man, I should have just waited. So try to be patient. The more patient you are as far as getting new ones, honestly, the better you'll do overall. I mean, there's been times where I'm like, dang it, I should have just waited. Whatever, eventually I'll get back there. But and then right now, another thing before I go for today, I have noticed, or not noticed, but you've got all these incubators, okay? Like I bought a bunch of incubators, but you know, you have the infinity one, of course. And I really would not put anything, like the first one I have here, you notice, is a 2K. I only did that because I had so many, and I'm getting ready probably this weekend to do a bunch of walking around and going to areas where I have a whole lot of Pokestops. So because of that, I am going to try and get rid of these 2K ones so I can have empty slots available, because you only have 9 slots for eggs, and eggs is where it's at, because you get so much of everything. It's just much more worth it, and that's kind of the point. The point of the game is to get out and walk around and be more active, and not just sit on our butts playing video games all day. So oh, there's a vibrate. Let's see what I've got. Just a Pidgey. I'll probably go ahead and catch it. Alright, it's not too hard. So you want to, you do not want to hit it over the head of the item. There you go. So now, like, I used to think that you had to tap the screen. I don't know where I got that from, but you pretty much just wait to see if it worked. It's kind of based on a whole bunch of different things. The level of the little character, and a lot of other things. So like, I'm not using a lucky egg right now, so even though I could go in here and say, just for the XP, I'm going to go ahead and level up the Pidgey. I don't really need to do that right now because I'm only going to get the regular amount, like the base amount of experience for that. And I really want to get the most out of it, so I have some lucky eggs. I'm not going to use them right now, but when I do, then I'll come in here just for some extra XP, and I'll go ahead and level up things like the Pidgeys that I don't really need. I'm not going to keep, but I just want the XP. And it's really only worth doing the first evolution because you get the same amount of XP for a level 1 evolution as you do for the second tier. So there's not really any point to doing the second tier. It just uses way more candy. So anyway, I think that's all for now, and I will be back on for sure whenever I am roaming around and getting some stuff. So hope everybody's having fun playing their Pokemon Go, and from me and from Little Dude, we say see you later. Say bye.
Bye. What the heck is that?
That would be Darth Vader's ship.
There's Vader's with us?